Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Iron Bark Podcast, and I am your host, Epion. Happy Earth Day. It's Earth Day. It's Earth Day, motherfuckers! It's fucking Earth Day. It's Earth Day. It's a big day. Guess what I did for it? I haven't done jack shit. I haven't done anything. Not quite yet. But I promise you that I am. I'm going to. Anyway, the Earth Day weekend. It was the long weekend. It was a beautiful weekend. It was the Easter weekend. It was quite marvelous. It was excellent. For me, I had the Friday and the Monday off, including the Saturday, Sunday, and I made the most of it. I hope you did too. I started my Friday with a hike. If you follow me on X and Instagram, you probably know all about it from my IG story, and you probably know about it just from my X post. It was great. Did a little fitness circuit at the base of the trailhead there. Did some axe cutting, some, battle ropes, some kettlebell lunges, some kettlebell push-ups. Then we did our hike up the mountain. We did Coliseum Mountain, kind of fittingly named, very appropriately named. Still a bit snowy, not the greatest, but we plowed through it. Not literally, just figuratively. We got to the top and we did our push-ups at the top. It was a great team building exercise. It was awesome. Glad to do it with the lads. It's also my birthday weekend. It was my birthday on Sunday. Just doxed my birthday. What? Yeah, that's right. I was born a meme. And then on the Monday, I went to, what is it called? I think it's called Dry Island Buffalo Jump Provincial Park. Pretty cool. It's one of the coolest things I think I have ever really seen. Pretty neat. It's like this island. So this is up in Canada. It's up in like the prairies in like the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's basically, picture the Badlands, but there's like a piece of this Badland that's like an island. They call it a dry island. And it's remained untouched by humans. So like it's prairie. They call it virgin prairie that has never been cultivated by people. So it's never like grown crops on it. So it's like ancient. Ooh, but it's too small to be like super diverse. But like imagine if it was small or like larger and it was like full of like dinosaurs and shit. Like it'd be fucking cool. Or like Pleistocene animals and crap. Fucking mammoths walking on it. It'd be dope. So that was like my Earth Day weekend. Just running up mountains, running through Badlands. Got some footage to share with you guys. Hopefully I get a video out this week. Some bighorn footage. We're going to talk about a couple of articles here. We're going to talk about... what are we going to talk about here? I have some good stuff. I think I got some alright stuff. Something about... Oh, yes. Quite, indeed. We're going to talk about scientists being intrigued by a tree that harnesses electricity to kill its enemies. And then we're going to talk about lichen that seems to be like it would survive on Mars based on some tests. So hold on a sec. What was the name of this tree again? This tree, it's a great tree. It's a great tree. It's a marvelous tree. Yeah, know a lot of trees, and this tree is without a doubt. It's a tonka bean tree. Okay, tonka bean tree. Got to remember that because it's going to be referring to it in its like Latin name or something as I'm reading it. And I don't want to read that. It's too long. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. I sound stupid. You think I'm stupid. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for the podcast. It's a terrible look. I'm going to read you the summary here. So let's see. Where does this come out of? New pathologist? Is that the research? Okay. So lightning strikes kill hundreds of millions of trees annually, but their role in shaping tree life history and diversity is largely unknown. Here, we use data from unique lightning location system to show that some individual trees counterintuitively benefit from being struck by lightning. Lightning killed 56% of 93 directly struck trees and caused an average of 41% crown dieback among the survivors. The crown is like the canopy top of the tree. However, among these struck trees, 10 direct strikes caused negligible damage to the Tonka bean tree. Is that what it was? Bear with me now. While killing 78% of their lianas. And I believe that is a vine. It's like a parasitic vine that grows up them. And 2.1 mg, is that milligrams, of competitor tree biomass. So I guess the trees around them, 2.1%, 2.1 milligram of their biomass dies off around them as well. 9 trees of ever long-lived taxa. 9 trees of other long-lived taxa survived lightning with similar benefits. So trees that are similarly related to that tree had similar benefits. Let's see. 60 centimeter in diameter is struck by lightning at least 5 times during its lifetime. So this tree struck. I'm struggling here. I'm falling apart. Let's see. Conferring these benefits repeatedly. We estimate that the ability to survive lightning increases lifetime. I don't even know how to say this word. Fecundity. I'm going to say it increases their fucking overall survival, and just call it simple. And it says 14-fold, largely because of reduced competition from lianas and neighboring trees. Moreover, the unusual heights and wide crowns of the tree, the probability of a direct strike, this increases the probability of a direct strike by 49 to 68% relative to trees of the same diameter with average allometries. These patterns suggest that lightning plays an unappreciated role in tree competition, life history strategies, and species coexistence. So basically, this tree, even though it's as fat as other trees in its diameter, the width of its tree trunk, it somehow manages to grow taller and have a larger canopy above it. And you would think in a place where lightning gets strikes happen a lot and aren't beneficial to trees, that growing a larger canopy and growing taller wouldn't be a good idea, because that would make you more susceptible to lightning strikes. So in this instance, it seems like maybe the tree is doing it on purpose, or it has evolved to cope with that and now has some sort of benefit from it. And it seems like it kills off its parasites and its neighboring competition, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting to think about that, a tree evolved to like compensate for lightning strikes, or to somehow incorporate it to increase its longevity to help banish off and ward off its competition and parasites. I remember doing a podcast, it was on electric eels, and they were saying like electricity played like an unprecedented like way into like altering like DNA or RNA, where it could basically, if you got electrocuted, something could enter your cells and it would be from the environment around it, and then somehow altering the DNA, which could trigger, they think, maybe some sort of mutation or modification. And maybe that plays an unknown role in the evolution of like plants and animals. And they were talking about electric eels and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe you remember that podcast. I can't remember it, but that's an interesting thing too. Electricity is underappreciated in the evolution of plants and animals, and perhaps even ourselves. So we're going to move on to another article now. This one's kind of cooler. Ionizing radiation resilience. How metabolically active lichens endure exposure to simulated Mars atmosphere. I'm just going to read you the abstract from this. This comes from imafungus.pensoft.net, which I am assuming is some sort of publisher, but I do not know. It's doi.org. So I'm going to read the abstract here. It's a little long, but it's not the longest. To deepen our understanding of lichen adaptation and their potential to colonize extraterrestrial environments, we aim to identify physiological and biochemical responses of selected lichen species in a metabolically active state to simulated Mars-like conditions in the dark, including exposure to X-rays. Our study is the first to demonstrate that the metabolism of fungal partners in lichens symbiosis was active while being in Mars-like environments. Diplochitis mushronum, I don't even know if I'm saying that, was able to activate defense mechanisms effectively. In contrast, increased oxidative stress and associated damage were not effectively balanced in C. aculeata, which does not support the melanin's radioprotective function in the species. Gibberish, 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 gibberish. I don't understand it. The heavy crystalline deposit on D. muscardinum thallus might offer protection, enhancing lichen resistance to extreme conditions. We concluded that metabolically active D. muscardinum can withstand the X-ray dose expected on Mars' surface over 1 year of strong solar activity. Consequently, X-rays associated with solar flares and SEMPs reaching Mars should not affect the potential habitability of lichens on this planet. We're gonna plant a bunch of fucking lichens and they're not gonna lichen very much. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make Mars green again, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's not gonna be the red planet. It's gonna be the green planet. It's gonna be a very green planet. In fact, we're gonna rename it Lichen. Lichen me very much. It's an interesting idea. I think they would still need water though, right? At some point, even though they're pretty hardy, they still need a little bit. They still need a little bit. They still just need a little. Just not a whole lot of a tiny bit. They just need a tiny bit. Just a little bit. They need a little bit. That's interesting. So you got an article about trees that use lightning to crush their enemies, and you got an article about lichens being able to live on Mars for at least 1 year. The article didn't mention anything about water or oxygen, but they said similar environments to Mars, so I'm assuming they removed those and put it in a vacuum, if you will, even though I don't think Mars is a vacuum. It's just a different type of atmosphere, very cold. Did they simulate the weather as well? I don't know. I hope they did, or otherwise it's a bogus article. So what, you prove they can survive radiation. That's one element. That's one part of the tiny little package. What can I jump in here to? What can I talk about? I've been behind. I have not done a podcast. I missed the week. I was a little sick. I got a little run down. I apologize. And then I got distracted and I was enjoying the spring, nice weather after being cooped up inside for very long. And you know how I love to be outdoors. So I got some videos of bighorns. I found a decent sized crowd of big boys, which I don't normally see. So I was pretty pumped to see them. So I had to stop, take, their pictures and stuff like that. Another follow-up on Colossal Bioscience, like they got their the Red Wolves. I talked about them briefly, but they now announced that they also have that formally, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Let's go to what I've been content creating on. Mostly just posting pictures from my hikes and stuff. Landscape, heavily in the landscape, not so much into the wildlife. I'm slipping, folks. I'm slipping. Follower count's going down more. I'm not getting more followers. X, you're letting me down. You're letting me down here. Today is Earth Day, obviously. Happy Earth Day, everyone. So this is posted from today, 8 hours ago. My area had one last large snowstorm last night, so I'm hoping to post my Earth Day garbage cleanup pictures, or maybe even a video later this week. It should be melted within a couple of days, and I'm thinking of doing a garbage pickup along the sides of the road. Highway out to the mountain areas, basically wherever looks like could use some TLC along the way. Looking forward to seeing your Earth Day posts, everyone. And then I said Happy Earth Day on a bunch of Earth Day posts I saw. I wish I saw more cleanup videos. I hadn't seen a whole lot of cleanup stuff. That's kind of disappointing. I wish I saw more of it. Showed some geological formations from the Badlands. It looks pretty dope, actually. Another big Badlands. It was overcasty that day, so it doesn't look as cool. It's not as bright. But dinosaurs, cool. They're not in the picture, but you get what I say. Oh, yeah, I did my little birthday post there. Shout out to, who's again? Zoe from Ireland, the ex-employee. Very nice of her to be one of the few people to wish me a happy birthday. if you're listening to this podcast, did you comment on my ex birthday post and say happy birthday? Because guess what? I'm petty. I'm Tom Petty, and I will remember that. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't even celebrate birthdays. I believe birthdays are for kids. But no shame on you if you celebrate yours and stuff like that. It's obviously fun to get together and find a reason to get together with friends and family and, make good memories. But I don't know. I'm not good at receiving gifts, and I can receive a gift, no promises. I don't know. I feel bad when people buy me things. I don't know why. Then I had like a little Easter post, little bit of an Easter right there. Came across an unmarked, looks like a grave of some sort with a cross. So I thought that was kind of an appropriate little Easter post there. Oh, I got some pictures of me, on the mountain, vibing, being myself. I would call that sort of like maybe a flex post in a way. Got my fitness post, me with the boys. That's another one. I posted a picture. People didn't fucking get it. I thought I was on drugs. I said, I can't believe people smoke this. And I put a photo of a cracked rock. And people were like, what are you smoking? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's because it's a crack rock. It's a good joke. It's a dad joke, okay? It was a good joke. I can't believe people didn't get it. Did you know red wolves are estimated to have approximately 15 individuals in the wild? Yeah, so this is the red wolf. They brought that little... They're bringing that back, which is a whole weird thing in and of itself. Not the fact that they cloned it, but the fact that the red wolf groups that they were watching actually have less red wolf DNA than like a group of coyotes that are like south of them and weren't considered red wolves. So it's getting weird. And then I posted some wild horses, looking a little shaggy. Posted a nice picture. I wish, and I think I was saying this. I said I wish X had like panorama and photosphere integration, just so you could like kind of like post a picture, and then people could click it and then be brought into like a photosphere. That'd be fucking sick. It'd be fucking sick. Posted some like masks. This is cool. I actually want to talk about this. I said new fear unlocked. I like visiting small mom and pop shops in the mountains that focus on local art. I thought it was neat and that there was an artist that put some emphasis on faces they thought they could see in the wood. This is also known as pareidolia. In this case, it's tree/wood pareidolia. This is something we do with clouds. We look at the clouds and we see, ooh, look, there's a dog. It's you would attach a pattern to like a shape that doesn't necessarily have that pattern. So how do I explain this? Okay, I think I've put it in here. Side note, we often do this with clouds. Pareidolia is a psychological phenomenon where individuals perceive patterns or meaningful shapes in random or ambiguous visual stimuli. Very interesting. It was neat, but also somewhat unsettling or creepy, akin to the uncanny valley. The uncanny valley is present in like tree faces. I don't care what anybody says it is. It reminded me of the movie The Labyrinth or other slightly creepy Jim Henson creations. Do you ever wonder why the uncanny valley exists? When you look at like a robot face and it doesn't really look human, but it is like it has like that human shape, but it's like unsettlingly creepy. The reason they think that exists biologically is because once upon a time, there were creatures similar to humans, aka Neanderthal, but they may have preyed on us. And now we have like this like apprehension to things that look like us, but subtly aren't us. Ooh, creepy. Posted a little shot of some mountains. They vaguely see the moon there, but it's kind of like layered. You see the river bank, a snow line, a tree line, a dead tree line, and then a live tree line going up to the mountains with the mountain ice cap, and then you have the blue sky. It's a very like layer photo. I thought it was kind of cool. I could have probably done it. That takes us back to the podcast from now 2 weeks ago. That's all the content, folks. That's all the content, people. Followers dropping rapidly. Nobody wants to follow me no more. Yeah. That's a damn good podcast. That was a damn good show today. I'm hoping to get out and clean up some garbage. And I want to post those pictures for y'all to see. Anyways, folks, I think that's it. I think that's basically it. That's roughly all I can think about. I think it's a short, sweet, nice little Earth Day podcast. We talked about some interesting Earth Day related things. I hope you get out there. I hope you plant a tree. I hope you pick up some garbage. I hope you clean up your local beach. You can do all these wonderful things. You should do it. All right, folks. Happy Earth Day. This is Epion signing off. Good night. Good morning. Goodbye.